the new Welcome to Derry finale might beat Stranger Things.
Ooh.
I'm not saying financially. I'm not saying based off of money, whatever, with it, because obviously I know Stranger Things is gonna do this.
For sure.
This is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
But I think the way that they just set up the next couple things that they're trying to do,
Yes.
this was amazing how they did it to me.
Yeah, and one thing I loved about this show that you were almost like with Stranger Things at this point. I'm kind of like I don't think they're really gonna kill off any of the main characters. Or I think they will. No,
we'll see. We'll see. But I get what you're saying.
But it's been so long.
I know.
Until like now, it's because it's the last one that I know that they're gonna have to kill at least like one of them. You know what I'm saying? But with this, it's like every episode, I didn't know who was gonna come out of it alive.
No, true.
The
stakes
one
are
I
higher.
knew for sure that was gonna come out was Will. Because he's Mike's dad.
Yes.
In the It movies.
Yes.
But everyone else, I was like, I don't know.
I don't know who they are. Yeah.
Especially after the way they did my little homie Richie.
I know, bro. That was crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. No. That scene broke my heart in episode 7.
God.
I'm gonna be honest. I did not expect him to do that. I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me, bro? He's so young and he's thinking of doing something like this.
The way they did Richie was so...
It was a great scene.
Crazy. Yes, it was a great scene. The way they made his character was so good, though.
Yeah, he was a great character.
They made his character so good, bro.
Yeah. He was one of the better characters in the show, I believe.
For sure. He was one of my favorites.
Yeah, and even just how they wrapped up his whole story in general. We'll get into that later, but that was really amazing. I actually really liked that, and it was one of the points I had of why I didn't really like the second movie, and I'll tell you why, of It Chapter 2. That was the movie that it didn't have that same magic, not because they're adults, but I think the movie of the first one and this felt so connected. It felt like number 2 was kind of just like, it like briefly mentioned because of its death.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But we'll get into that later. But that's all I'm going to say is that right now. And you can go ahead and say the rest of your 2 cents. But all I'm saying is I just think that it's way more well written and like neat with the first movie.
Yes.
I really noticed that with this.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I feel that too. Yeah, like the way that the way the characters were in, the way that the story kind of progressed, it didn't seem like there was nothing really like random that doesn't get addressed later on in the series.
Yes.
Everything that got mentioned or addressed in the series somehow comes
got wrapped
back.
up.
Yeah, and it gets wrapped up in the end or before the series ended. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, the way that they wrote this show was so good. And like even when the show ended, you know, and then that title screen comes up and it says, you know, like Welcome to Derry Chapter 1. Mm-hmm. I was like, wow. I literally said out loud. I was like, I can't wait for what's gonna come out
I was
next.
like, oh, okay, so they're gonna do a Chapter 2.
Yes.
Okay. And they're doing 3. That's what I've heard and people are theorizing. But I just wanted to talk about mainly the finale. And you know, we can kind of talk about episode 7 as well, where they had the what was it?
The black hole.
The black. It's called the black hole.
Yeah, I think it was called. The black hole.
Or the black spot. I think
the black spot. The black spot. Yeah.
That's what it is. And that's interesting because that was actually like a really big situation that happened in Derry. And they actually mentioned that later on in the future movies, actually.
Yeah, they mentioned in the first movie.
The kid does in the first movie.
Yeah,
he mentions all the situations. I forgot his name.
The fat kid.
Yeah.
But he's the one who mentions it.
He mentions all of the situations, which is super interesting. So, yeah, I just thought that was a good episode. I thought it really kind of ties, like I said, everything that we've heard from these previous movies. And I just think these last 2 episodes really was just great television, bro. Like, it was cinema. I'm going to be honest. Like, seeing it in some of these shots where he's aura farming like crazy or he's in the fire and he's just doing his thing and then the girl sees him. And imagine that. You're in the middle of all this chaos and you just see this killer clown
dancing.
Eating somebody.
Yeah.
He was eating one of the guys on the floor.
Yeah.
And it just looked at the girl and then it was like, it's just so interesting, bro. So I just liked how they really made it a entity in this, like a problem, bro. And they showed so much of what he can do more in these last 2 episodes than they did in any of the movies.
Yes, like when he pulls out like the big ass meat cleaver and he slices his face off. Yeah,
I never thought it would do anything like that. And then he literally takes a bite straight out of the guy's severed head.
Like it's an orange or some shit.
Like it's an orange or an apple.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Like a burger.
That was crazy.
You know?
And I love the way that they go into, its origins.
Yes.
How did, this creature even start becoming Pennywise?
Yeah.
Who was the original Pennywise?
Yes.
I love all the history that and the origins that they had for all the characters in the show.
Yeah.
And, even bringing some of the characters from the movies, like
Dick Halloran.
Yeah, like Dick Halloran, and at the end of the show, he says, he's
going to the
hotel, the Overlook Hotel.
Yeah, he says he's like, how much trouble can a hotel give me?
Yeah,
shit, crazy.
You gonna find out.
Yeah, that was
definitely going to.
I really like how they're doing that because I really like his character, bro. Like, it made me really enjoy his character. The
actor
way
who
that
played him,
he's a good actor, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
good.
even just portraying how this thing is almost a blessing and a curse. Like, the way that a lot of people kind of use him as well is very interesting, and they kind of play inside out a lot.
Yeah.
He uses it at the end to help them find the kids, and then it's like interesting how the government uses them to do these nefarious things of trying to even find the creature. And don't even get me started. The government is so stupid.
Oh my god,
they're so stupid,
dude. I was like,
what did you think you were going to do with this thing?
Dexter needs to come and slap the fuck out of his dad.
Because
I was like, what the fuck is he doing over here? Talking about, I'm going to let this thing free.
He's free to go.
No, that pissed me off.
And you know what I liked about that scene as well? And I like that they did it a lot throughout the series with Pennywise more than I think we've seen in any iteration of him. Maybe it's closer knitted to the book. I'm not too sure because I never really read them. But Pennywise throughout this is really more animalistic. Like, if you notice in certain scenes where I like the scene where with the girl who ends up being that old lady in the second movie where she was like, oh, you know what they say about Derry, you know,
Miss Kirsch.
when everybody dies or, no one really dies.
Yeah.
Her. It's so interesting how at first Pennywise didn't even care. Like after he cuts the guy's head off and stuff and he gives her a hug and he was just like, I'll be back. I always am. And she was just like, you're not leaving me. And immediately you see that moment where he goes,
a little bit of
fear.
Yeah,
and it was her fear of abandonment. So
yeah.
It doesn't matter what form of the fear it is, he's going to like it. Yep. So it's interesting. And then you see it later with the military dude, Dexter's dad.
Yeah.
He's like, at first, bruh, he was sitting there being like, you're free to go, whatever. And then you see him when he passes him, he goes, yes.
He's like, oh, I remember that.
And I like how it's so subtle. It's like an animal. Like he's going like, he keep kind of going back, and then he goes, oh, I never forget a smell.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, that's so crazy. Like how they just went about it. And, spoilers for, this first season and the season finale. And we should have said that from the beginning. But I was mind blown by, and I will just say this before we get into all the real spoilers. Some of the shots that they did in this show were so good. Like the shot where all the kids are being pulled.
Yeah, by the deadlights. They're like floating in the ice.
Thing, and he's just like,
and he's playing on the trumpet. Yeah,
and I was like, yo, this is so a trombone or whatever.
Yeah, trombone, whatever it is. Yeah.
It was so crazy to me that I was like, dude, look at this shot. And then it reminded me so much of the Polar Express when they were like, all the kids were floating. You just see their eyes, and they're trying to get Will down and everything. It's such a good shot, and even the shot where Pennywise was using the principal as the doll.
As the puppet? And he's like talking through. Yeah.
I was so shook. Even my girl was like, whoa. She's like, he couldn't get that many people? And he was like, I forgot what he said, but he said something. That was such a good.
He said, say goodbye.
That was so, it sounded so like metal.
Yeah. Yeah, that was sick. I love the scene where he's like, or he's about to go into rest, and then he wakes up.
Oh,
and
man.
he's sitting in like
in
the
all
pool
the guts.
of all the
body
body parts
blood and
stuff.
everything. Yeah,
I thought that scene.
I like that, dope. And I like that because we never seen how he sleeps. So now we know it's he sleeps in this pile of meat.
Yeah, it's like hibernating.
Wow,
it's like he hibernates with all his food and shit for the next 27 years or whatever.
That's so weird, and I like that they added those elements of it where it's like they made these kids have, and I'm just being honest, in this last episode, I feel like they just brought everything together because in the beginning, I was a little skeptical of this group. To be honest, I was kind of a little bit like, these kids are a little bit.
Yeah, even when they brought in Marge and stuff, I was kind of
a little bit like, I don't know if I like this. But then they just tied it together so well where it was like all of the kids had to try to, and it was just such a good finale, bro, where it's like the dad and, Dick and everybody get together, the natives, and all of them collide and they all have this common goal to stop the creature. And then it's the creature and the government are basically going against these kids. And I like whenever it's the stories of kids battling something larger than them, like larger than life.
Yeah.
I always find that interesting. And it was just a dope concept that all the kids are trying to, put it into the tree. And then, I thought that shot was so crazy. And my bad, I'm talking so long, but that shot of it turning into the thing and he's like trying to get them.
He gets the wings and shit.
And it turns into like this half bat thing. Dude, that shot where he was behind them and then seeing Rich, come through and it's his spirit. And I liked that it was like, Dick wasn't the only one who's seen him. It was the lady as well.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, she can't see it.
She doesn't see him. But she like sensed something.
She senses it or something, right?
Yeah, she sensed
because
something.
She says, "Do you see it?"
Yeah, no, she said, "What do you see?"
Oh yeah, and he's
like, "What do you see?"
A goddamn miracle.
Yep, and then Richie comes and throwing the bird to Pennywise.
That was cold. It was good, bro. It was such a good scene. I was like, "Come on, bro!
Dope.
Like you guys are doing your thing, So
you know what made me a little bit after watching the episode, it made me kind of a little bit sad. And I don't know how this works because at Rich's funeral, you see Richie
he's sitting
there, hugging on Will, and he's hugging on his dad and stuff. He's hugging on his parents, and it made me think because we know what happens to Will in the future.
Yeah,
he burns alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, so what if Will is around his?
So, I wonder if after Will dies, do you think in like that spirit ghost form?
What's his name is still a kid.
Would he reunite with Richie again?
I know what you're saying. That's super interesting. That's what I mean.
That's
is like
so sad.
I know. Like the ghost world is so weird, or like the super. Like when you die, it's like, are you the same age that you die? Like if I die at 30, am I cemented at 30 forever? And then if my boy died at 12, is he 12 forever?
Yeah,
that's such a weird thing where it's like we were boys and now. But does it matter of like my life, like what I grew up, like that I was 30 and I paid a mortgage and I did this and I had a wife and my friend just died when we were still playing like horse on the basketball court. You know what I'm saying?
And I just like to think that I don't know if they'll ever show this, but I just like to think that in the future after
he becomes a kid
Will
again?
dies when he died.
Yeah,
he's still a grown man as a ghost or whatever, and he sees Richie.
Yeah.
And it's like they like get to reunite and hug each other again.
Yeah, that would
hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
oh my God, that would hit so
hard. Because I'm not going to lie, it's so sad to think about that. It's like, holy crap, like, Will dies in this fire.
Very bad.
Like years later.
Like the way that Mike explains is like they were burnt down to their bones.
Yeah, dude, it's so crazy to think about. It's like now we just seen the character, and then even the whole thing of Marge's story with Pennywise was so interesting when he takes her and he tells her all of these things that blew my mind, where he said, and this was so interesting. He said he said today, tomorrow, and yesterday are all the same to little old Pennywise. Yeah,
little old Pennywise. Yeah.
I was like, so basically what he's saying is that time, he looks at it differently than us, where we look at it from like, oh, okay, tomorrow, and then the day after that, and then we can't go backwards.
Yeah.
Ever. So he time traveled back in time to kill her.
See, I don't think that's what it is.
What do you think it is?
I think it's almost like he's all knowing and all seeing. So
he's in every time.
He could see throughout time forever.
Yeah.
And he could see forever throughout time. You know what I mean? So like.
So you're saying that was him back then.
That was him back then. But he knows like your little shit kid is gonna kill me eventually.
Okay.
So that's why I really want to kill you.
Yeah.
So I don't have to die later on. Because he even says like birth and death.
It does. It's different for him. He said.
Yeah. It's all
she
different.
even said. She said his death was his birth.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm saying I think he did. He died back then, and like I said, time
got rebirthed.
He got rebirthed back then. That's why the baby came out of the fucking stomach or whatever.
Okay,
He's a weird creature.
Yeah.
So he died and got rebirthed. Because think about it. It's like if somebody is born, you're gonna be born technically in a future time.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be born in a past time.
I get what you mean.
That makes sense. So he was born in the past.
Yeah.
So then I think, based off the way the series looks, it's going to keep going back to the next. Because even I like how Marge said this, and this was a very interesting concept, but they were talking about it, and it was at the end of the show, and she goes and says, he told me all these things of like, I have a son, and he tells me that my son and his friends are the ones that kill him in the future. And she was like, what if he goes back in time and tries to kill our parents? And the other girl goes and tells her that, well, I guess that would be somebody else's fight.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so interesting. And I was like, they didn't just say that for no reason.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see.
That's what we're going to see. It's going to go back to like 1906 or
I think it's going to go back to the 1930s.
That's what I'm saying. And then the next one's going to be like
the 1908.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, with the first one, yeah.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? So I think that's what it's going to be, where he's going to keep losing, and he's going to try to find that period in time where he can go and he never dies in the future.
Yeah.
So then it would reverse all of that stuff or whatever. It's so weird. But one thing I thought was really interesting about all that is like it explains all of the things of why even in the future when, and this is what I mean, the timeline is so weird. When Richie finds that picture of himself, it's already crumbled. Because Pennywise crumbled it back then.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
And then on top of that,
he threw it at what's her face's head.
Yeah. And then on top of that, it's also, that could even explain why Richie had a fear of clowns before anything.
Yeah.
It's like
it was embedded in his mother or something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen a lot of people saying that too, and that's the reason why his name is Richie.
Yes.
Marge named him after
Rich.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, and then it could be a thing of she forgot, but for some reason that name just stuck with her. You know, she just loved the name for some reason. She didn't know why. Nigga, that blew my mind.
Yeah, when they showed Finn Wolfhard's picture, I was like,
what the
hell? That's
like,
crazy.
It blew my mind, bro. I was just like, whoa. So, and then at the end of the show, they show Beverly, a young Beverly at that.
Yes,
that blew my mind.
From the 1980s.
Yeah, that was.
You know what's crazy? I don't even think that I think that's just
her now. She just still
looks exactly the same.
Yo, shout out to her, man.
Yo, God, yeah.
She looks exactly the same.
Yeah, so it made me think because obviously, Lily, Marge and Will have direct ties with the Losers Club.
Yeah.
So it made me think if Lily doesn't have direct ties with the Losers Club, maybe Pennywise going back to the 1930s or what we're going to see in the 1930s might be some of Lily's.
Yep.
Origins, like her family or something like that.
Yeah.
Her father died
before.
I'm pretty sure in that factory.
Yep.
The Ironworks factory that blew up and everything. So that's where he's gonna go to try to kill.
Because I heard a bunch of kids died in that too as well.
It was hella crazy. Yeah. In the intro, you see it where
all the kids are on fire and stuff. Yeah.
All that. So I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do with season 2.
Oh yeah, no. Based off of the success of this show, dude, they're getting greenlit for both.
For sure.
Like they really cooked with this. The way that they played into more of Pennywise's, kind of, I don't want to say whimsical, but kind of more comic.
Yeah.
They went like stupid Pennywise.
Yes. Bro, you could tell Bill Skarsgård was having a time of his life playing Pennywise in this series. Like, if they don't give him an Emmy for this, they better give him an Oscar for Nosferatu or something.
I'm telling you, he needs either one. Because, dude, to do both of these roles like this back to back is insane.
Bro, it's crazy.
It's really impressive.
Like, I'm gonna lie, Bill Skarsgård is probably one of the best actors of our generation. I
think so too.
And I think he's super slept on because most of the time you don't even know it's him that's doing this. I
was gonna even say
that's how good he is.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
you
say.
Don't even know. Like you could show me Nosferatu, you could show me Pennywise.
Yeah,
and
they're two completely different characters.
Two completely different people, bro.
Yeah,
like even underneath the paint and underneath the makeup and all that stuff. They're two completely different people. Yeah, bro. Like,
just the way he portrays them.
That's how you know he's such a good actor, bro.
Yeah, dude.
And I dude, the way that they structured the show of releasing it for Welcome to Derry.
Oh, it's great.
Does so good. That's
every Sunday. It's an event.
That's what I was telling you, bro. Mm-hmm. Stranger Things should have done something like that.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. Every Sunday, that would have been smarter instead of breaking it up like this. It definitely would have.
Into parts because, dude, like every episode was an event. When Richie died, everyone was talking about it.
Yep.
When Richie came back, everyone was talking about it. When Pennywise first got revealed, everybody was talking about it like crazy. Like, oh my God, Pennywise is finally showing up. You know what I mean? And with Stranger Things, it's like 4 of these episodes are going to come out. Everyone's going to watch it in one go.
Yep.
Everyone's going to make all the little videos by the weekend. And by the next week, it's like, all right, well, there's nothing else really to talk about besides people making edits.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Whereas like this Pennywise show is like every week everyone's
there's something new to talk about.
There's something new to talk about. Exactly. And I think if Stranger Things did this, oh my God,
it definitely. I think it's like Stranger Things. It's still, it's still obviously hits.
No, it's still
gonna hit.
Sure.
But I know what you mean. It's like I think doing that just kind of adds that length of how long people will talk about your show. versus because Stranger Things is still a juggernaut regardless
for sure.
That's how you know it's such a good show that like they can structure it terribly and we'll still watch it.
Yeah,
you know
we'll
what I mean?
love it, yeah.
Literally, we got to spend time with our families and we're still like, Mom, fuck all the gift shit. I gotta finish Stranger Things.
Yo, God, fuck eating this Thanksgiving dinner. I gotta go home and watch Stranger Things.
Exactly. So yeah, man. I don't know. I just thought this was really good. The way that they structured this show, I like that too. Just all of the things that they added for the future and even the stuff that they just concluded as well. I think they did a really good job of, doing this show, and you could tell that they have a real love for the books and the story and everything of it, and it's really good, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You can really tell because just even adding the whole shine and everything. It's really interesting. You ain't gonna tell
me at the end that wasn't the mist.
Oh yeah, I'm already knowing. You know
what I'm talking about from the movie?
Yes, bro. A lot of people forget that Stephen King's too.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
You ain't gonna tell me that wasn't the mist that was covering all through Derry.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Bro. That was interesting, yeah.
And even like in the movie The Mist, they even say like it comes from another dimension.
Yeah, bro, it's interesting. It's very interesting. And if you want to be honest, and if you look at it, Pennywise looks kind of like some of those creatures.
Yeah, he could definitely turn into one of those little bug creatures.
He kind of looks like his normal form.
Yeah.
Do you see him before? He looks fucking weird.
Yes.
He looks like a alien thing.
He is an alien.
It's like a big creature
Yeah, exactly.
thing,
He looks like those creatures from The Mist.
So I didn't even put that together until right now. That's actually interesting. What if he is one of those,
Or a version, like a stronger
version. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the god of those things or something. Yeah.
I know for sure, especially after the success of this show, they are definitely going to.
They're going to branch into more of his
series of the Stephen King shit.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to make a series of Dick Hallorann going to Overlook Hotel. If they don't make that, they're losing.
Yeah, where he's like, they're probably going to start where he's the chef and all that stuff first.
He's first getting there and starting to see all the dead, all the dead people around. He's like, oh my god.
Yeah, that would actually be an interesting series. And then they're probably going to do a series about Carrie. I think they are actually. I heard that they are. They're gonna do a reboot. They're easily gonna do a reboot. They're gonna get some and I honestly, me personally, they should not get somebody we know. Get a actress that we don't know at all.
Yeah.
Cook and do something completely different.
Derry. That's
all these kids. All these kids we've never heard of them. Yeah. We need to start making new actors for the next generation.
Yes.
That's what we need to do, because I'm glad that now we have another group of young people like the Stranger Things kids, because we're seeing those kids. They're gonna become stars. Like all of them already kind of are. Mm-hmm. So this is gonna be insane.
Yeah, because for sure, everyone's already seen people fan casting like, oh, Will should play Miles Morales.
Bro. Yeah, I seen that too. Yeah,
Richie should play, Blue Beetle when he gets older or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So people already are kind of putting these kids, or they're even saying like, Richie could play like Robin or something like that. You know what I mean? Who knows? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I could already see them kind of fan casting these characters for future roles, or these actors for future roles, and I think that's the way to do it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're building these stars.
That's what I mean. You're building the next generation of the Tom Cruises and the whatever.
Exactly.
So it's like you got to give it a shot.
And all these kids went crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All really good
and
actors.
if you notice, a lot of times, bro, one thing that I think a lot of these directors forget is that, like, bro, a good actor who is broke is going to freaking good. These kids don't have anything. Look at the first season of Stranger Things. You see how that little nigga Lucas was acting?
Yeah, they was going crazy.
He damn near really didn't like Millie Bobby Brown in real life. How good he was acting in that show, bro. Like, these kids were going crazy. Even Finn, like, their acting was so authentic at that time. And I think Gaten's was really good. Too, like all the kids, you know what I mean? And it's so interesting to think about, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I just think they did a really good job with this show. I can't wait to see what else is to come.
Yeah. So,
to be honest,
if you're gonna rate this series,
whole
series,
1
out of 10, what would you rate it?
Personally, I gotta give this show a good. I think I'll say 9.
I'll say 9.
I was gonna say 9 because the only reason why it'll drop for me a little bit is because it. I guess certain decisions that maybe I was just kind of like, that one could have been different. But it wasn't anything that I was just like, oh, this is stupid. Yeah. It was just kind of like.
I'll say some of the earlier episodes are.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, some of the earlier episodes are kind of weak, and it really started to get like really crazy once Pennywise showed.
I was
that's
gonna
when
say,
it was
that's
really
when the
like,
show started,
okay, now it's gonna. Now started
kicking off around like episode like 5, 6.
Yeah,
started getting wild. So,
but yeah,
I'll say 9.
I can't wait to see what they have.
Yeah.
In store for us in the future for Welcome to Derry. But
yeah, bro.
Let us know down below what you guys think about the series. If you guys watched it, if you guys haven't watched it, go binge it right now.
Yep.
You guys will not regret it. It's a good ass show.
Great series.
Let us know if you guys are excited for future Stephen King projects or excited for the rest of Welcome to Derry. If you guys think that this show is better than Stranger Things, let us know down below.
Comment.
And like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one.